What's your name and what do you do here at Ileana?
My name is Mrs. Rachel DeVries, and I am in the Student Services Department here.
What does being the eyes and ears of Christ mean to you?
I tend to be someone who is more on the empathetic side of things, and I feel like I have a lot of empathy for others. And so I often am able to read my students or my colleagues, and usually am able to talk to them if it seems like they might be struggling with something.
Awesome. How do you see a need, fill a need here at school?
So funny, because I'm the Student Services Department teacher, a lot of times Google Classroom or RunWeb will tell me when it comes to grades and students that might be struggling in a certain subject area. But when we're not talking about grades, like I said earlier, if I see someone who is having a bad day or seems down, I can often read that, and I often then kind of become in tune to what they might be having an issue with and ask them if they want to talk about it.
Awesome. For the students, what's a way to tell if someone has a need?
Again, because of that empathetic approach that I feel like I'm able to kind of hone in on, I do tend to ask students if I see that they're struggling. Most times it could be something that maybe just happened the class period before, or at break time or lunchtime. A lot of times it doesn't have to do with homework, but sometimes it can lead into that as well. However, I always just kind of go by the saying, if you see a need or a void, fill it.
Awesome. What's your favorite way to encourage someone?
I am someone who likes to give small tokens or a word of encouragement. So I might give a couple of pieces of candy or a pack of Mentos, or even just a little note on a sticky note encouraging someone. I just tend to be more of someone with little tokens and or words.
Awesome. Mental health can be a big problem under the stress of high school. What do you recommend for someone struggling? What can a student do to help a friend struggling?
Well, I would first of all make certain that the student is very aware of Mr. Zanstra and Mrs. Bennis, who are here at Ileana. They are trained professionals, and they absolutely know how to navigate through things and what steps can be taken. As a friend, I think it's always a great approach to say, hey, I see that you're kind of struggling with this or that, and asking if they'd like maybe to have them accompany them to Mr. Zanstra or Mrs. Bennis. Being able to just kind of take that first step towards walking into that office sometimes is the biggest step, and then Mr. Zanstra or Mrs. Bennis can take it from there.
Is there anything more you would like to tell a student body on this topic?
The biggest thing that I think that you need to do is that you need to talk to someone if you are struggling with something. You'd be surprised that perhaps by kind of sharing what you're going through, maybe someone else has gone through the same thing and has been given tools in order to navigate how to go through that. But again, you also want to make sure that Mr. Zanstra or Mrs. Bennis are in the know, and being able to use them, because they too are a resource and something that you can consider as part of your greater family here at Ileana.